everybody, this is Migot and here we go for the other world. Alright. That's DLC zone.
Look at these hull heads, walking around like they run the place.
Hey you, over here. Whoa, 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 it's Riz. Oh, fucking damn it. Every time. So, hey, you trespass, and I'm armed. Maybe take a second look at your life choices, pal.
Hang on, what were you starting to say back there?
Jimmy used to work security for Rizzo's before he got fired for... what was it again? Rank incompetence and gross odor? Or was it gross incompetence and rank odor?
Oh, you think you're funny, kid? You want to hear a little jingle? I'll get your head ringing.
You know this guy, Felix?
I've seen these guys around. They like to walk with cold shoulders and play at being mercenaries. What do they call themselves again? Landscapers? Green thumbs?
Gardeners. We're the gardeners. And you know this is our turf, kid.
Does Junlin know you're down here?
We ain't subversives. We're gainfully employed. This is a private contract.
You guys actually got hired? I don't believe it. Who's the contract for?
For Marion Blakesley. Dr. Marion Blakesley. Very legitimate. Thing is, she don't want visitors. Miss Junlei can't get too mad if we rough up some trespassers. Especially if I was nice enough to warn him first.
Come on, sure we can come to term.
This deal with Blakesley's pretty sweet. We get paid and we get fresh greens every week. My gums never looked healthier.
Still, she won't be too happy if you cost her $1,000 in life insurance payout.
What?
I hope all this newfound wealth could ease her grief over the loss of a loved one.
Shit. Insurance, you said? Fine, I guess. Look, we won't give you trouble, but I can't say the same about Blakesley. She's got some crazy setup in there, so if you get shot, don't come complaining to me. This one's clear, guys.
Nice going, boss.
Looks like I don't know what to do.
This must be a step up from force then.
That was easy.
You have to be kidding me. I thought I made myself clear. Wait, what's with this camera? Hello? Damn it. Look, I get it. Some people need things spelled out for them. I'm sure one of the auto mechanicals can explain.
Oh. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, aren't you handsome? Looks like you got yourself a little snack.
A little less handsome, eh? Well,
All right, hushing up.
Observation log, date, who knows. Subject number, well, let's call him Percy. Percy here has discovered the secret to success. He has lifted the veil and found the pattern. He wakes up, he listens for that bell 3 times a day. Food rains from the sky. He eats, he waits. Life is easy.
Processing data.
The second your molt comes in, pal,
Pulse. Patrol.
Try to sneak.
Search failed. Suspicious data not found.
You hear that humming? Sounds like some kind of generator.
Hello.
So who the fuck? Oh, wait, hang on. I can't hear a damn thing. Just gonna shut this thing off. Right. Marion Blakesley, what can I do for you, Mr. Home Invasion?
I'm here to get into the EIA facility on Gorgon.
Spacer's Choice send you? Took your sweet time. Gorgon? I holed up in a forgotten cargo bay of a rotting colony ship just so I could never hear that name again. But here you are.
I tracked down Clarence mostly. That got me into your trail.
That bastard. Is he still only mostly worthless, or has he achieved mathematical perfection in that regard?
Hey, he's in the show candidates. Now, short of.
He'll be on to the next hobby in a week. Clarence lacks the attention span for this sort of thing. Someone wants to dig up the past, and you're the shovel, right?
I'm after Olivia Embro's journal.
That's so? Long way to go for notes on a failed project. Corporate demanded a product they could throw onto shelves. That put the squeeze on low at Chem to develop formulas, samples. But how do you know if the product works? You run tests, see what happens. That's where human inquiry and auditing came in. I ran HIA, and HIA ran the tests again and again and again. And what happens is a whole lot of wasted time and even more bodies.
So what was Spacer Choice testing for?
You've heard the adverts, right? Work day and night, still feel refreshed the next morning. Now, what we tested for was dexterity, efficiency, compliance. The traits of a good employee. Numbers never came out right. I could have pumped gallons of those chemicals into every living soul in this colony. Wouldn't have changed that. What we got was marauders.
So Special Choice knew about this effect from the beginning?
Yeah, good luck making that one stick. It's in the fine print, you know. Whatever was in those chemicals, it didn't matter what tests we ran. We kept getting the same results. The proto-adrena time solution was both monstrously addictive and had catastrophic effects on the psyche and intellect. A real boon to the colony.
What happened? Why is the facility shut down?
We had a few weird accidents, escapes, minor setbacks. But one day, all the test subjects got loose. Sabotage, they said. Wasn't just us. All of the facilities got hit hard. Shut us down for a while. That turned out to be the last straw.
Do you know what was behind it?
Nah, didn't much care by then. Don't care much now. Spacer's Choice wasn't getting much use out of us anymore, so they shuttered the project, kicked Adrena Time out the door. And I came here.
Can you get me inside HIA?
Indulge a scientist. What do you want out of this investigation of yours? Trying to liven up your memoir?
Someone should know what Spacer Choice did.
Really? What good can that possibly do? Your crew feel the same? Heck of a world out here for the shy types. What do you get out of headbutting murderous auto mechanicals for your captain here?
A family. Or something near to it. We don't always get along or nothing, but what family does?
Fair enough. That's all I've got. Here, I still have this pass. Don't much feel like hanging on to it anymore. Made my exit the moment the project started falling apart. Had to steal some credentials. This should get you into the volunteer induction entrance.
Any advice? You must have known the facility pretty well.
Come on, I've left it behind me.
Sure, they feel like you're coping.
Yeah, well, you have to go on, don't you? Guilt's a useless emotion. What good is thinking about the past over and over and over again?
Help me, and you can put it behind you. I take care of everything.
Please, I don't need... Fine. Fine, here, I remember one of my access codes. Just punch in the keypad equivalent for replication. Should get you into the offices. Maybe get you to my terminal a little sooner.
I love you, B.
Yeah. I'll make sure the auto mechanicals don't bother you on the way out.
Alright, that's a good thing then. Alright, back to Gorgon.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Explain why most facility wouldn't open, because they were literally locked for main quest reason. When now those are open, I can finish the small side quest of getting the journal for the guy.
This ain't a proper suit.
Oh my law. What is that smell?
Trying real hard not to breathe in.
Welcome to human.
Come on.
Our brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly now. Some of them still live here. I hate to be disturbed.
I reckon we've seen the worst of Halcyon already. How bad could this be?
Oh yeah, no, it always can be worse.
I never walked softly in my life. I ain't about to start now. I don't know how anybody volunteers to live in a place like this.
It's so homey, almost. Whatever brought these folks here, they were just people. Same as us.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-regulation skills.
Who goes?
Hello. Oh, that healed them?
Extra warning.
Die.
This place is near identical to the Edgewater Cannery. What the hell?
I think you shot me.
Oh, that's the last of him.
Don't mind it if I do. I like ammo.
I don't believe we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some thrilling mutations. Forearms, maybe? Or a second head?
Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Just turn it off.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all.
Yeah, that one's fair.
I don't want to see no more. I can't take this.
Let's get out of here, boss. We've seen enough.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, this is actually pretty fucking bad. I gotta go there now. Normally I don't do that, but I'm curious. But no, yeah, that explained the random cube we met in the entrance.
Great work.
This must be where they did their experiments. Watch their prisoners claw their eyes out and go screaming mad. He took notes.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is a you may just find yourselves doing similar work in real life. compliance with all instructions from facility personnel.
Okay, now go to your main quest, Captain.
Wow, nice work.
Did you enjoy the show? You should have left Gorman in its grave, where it belongs. Now I'm afraid I have to find more. Put it down.
I don't know how much more of this I can take, Captain. I'm about to chew my own hands off with nerves.
Are we being stalked? Is that
Yes.
what's going on? Because I don't mind having secret admirers and all, but this is getting a little creepy. I always knew this colony was twisted. Heard my share of stories in the Groundbreaker. Seen my share of gruesome, too. But nothing prepared me for this.
What they did here was inexcusable.
All this cruelty done to regular working folks without even a shred of regret. And what's dogging me is... why?
You wanna know the worst part? Spacer's Choice knew exactly what Adrenatime did. And they didn't care. They weren't even thinking about the victims.
And now I can't believe they did this.
Someone's gotta do something about this. Gotta hold folks to account. Maybe it should be us. Maybe Miss Ambrose can help fix things once she's cleared her family name. She could hold the board's feet to the fire. Make them pay.
Let's go back to finding the journal. Ugh. I mean, fuck. We went from aliens mind-controlling bug to this. I mean, fuck. I mean, it's not exactly surprising, but it's disappointing.
What they did here? I ain't ever gonna shake this.
That's completely fair. Right. Oh, that's where I need to go to.
All right, Doc Lowe, let's hear that passphrase.
You think a voice lock's hard to make? Kinda wonder if I should put one in the bathroom to keep Sam from smashing up the toilet.
This facility is currently experiencing... Please. We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Passphrase accepted. Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Jasper Lowe.
Almost hard to believe something so awful as Adrena time.
Sorry, gotcha. No, I'm not jumping there.
Sister, unexpected noise identified. Unexpected thought.
Here they come!
I tried.
That's the last of them.
Roscoe, it's Georgie. If you're hearing this, you must still be holed up at the Sprat Shack. And you're not gonna like this one bit. I was trying to steal our recordings when things went crazy. I know. Like I said, sorry.
Oh, I got him
was
all.
trying to steal our recordings when things went crazy. I know. Like I said, sorry. And I'm gonna be in a heap of trouble if I don't get them, so if you want to save my bacon, you need to do it for me. I need the 3 interviews we did with Ambrose, this one here, plus another.
I could. Oh, it's dead.
Hey, boss! Watch this!
I need the 3 interviews we did with
It looks so homey. Like the family lived here. All that goodness turned to such devilish ends.
I'll leave an automech near Stellar Freighting. It'll want all 5 recordings, plus a passphrase. Glacial Age. Oh, and don't listen to my log, all right? Just stay safe and keep your head down.
Incoming!
Okay. Yay.
Ahead. Maybe behind, too. Traps just about everywhere, Captain.
I noticed. Alright, no more robot trying to kill me. That is always a good thing. think I need to go down. Okay, that one scared me a little bit.
Score one for Felix.
What was Mr. Lowe doing with all these primals?
Did he can he die?
Tossball kick! You guys see that?
Alright. That's a primal done.
Must be Doc Lowe's old office.
You're remarkably intent on scuttling my every plan to end you. How inconsiderate. After I've gone to so much effort to see I finally figured out what you're after. I'll see you soon, little weasel.
This is...
Sorry, I didn't know you were talking.
Since we've been traveling together, we've visited a lot of places that set my teeth on edge. This here makes my skin crawl.
Halcyon's got no shortage of creepy science labs, boss. But this place? There's something real twisted about this place.
Something went very wrong.
Worse than wrong, Captain. Catastrophic. And a whole lot of ordinary people who trusted them ended up dead. The folks down here dedicated their lives to fixing Halcyon. They were supposed to be the company's best and brightest. How'd they lose their way?
They were pushed to do impossible by people who weren't accountable.
That might have been enough for me back in Edgewater. But after all we've seen of Halcyon? Captain, someone should have said no.
I don't know if anybody's gonna take the fall for what happened here. Could be Miss Ambrose if she's not careful.
Let's get the journal before we jump to conclusion. And this door unlocked that go way down.
I'd have hoped a smart fellow like Mr. Lowe would know better than to test his super drug on primals.
Yeah! Now that was fun!
Alright. That was that.
Gonna be a relief to see the stars again. This cave.
This looks like the SMC. After you, boss.
You know what? This is the side quest. Yeah, I can't do that one. Eh. thought it would be.
You got it, Captain! That's the last of them!
Oh, elevator. That's the last one. At least it's time there's no enemy. Now you are dead! Why couldn't you be dead?
Tell me about the production of adrenotime, Dr. Ambrose. I hear Compound X is a unique challenge to work with.
It's temperamental. It must be refined under tightly controlled circumstances at tremendously low temperatures.
Do you compound it with anything else? Tell me more about your refining process. Our audience is conversant in the sciences, very detail-oriented, so don't be afraid to get technical.
Last time I met you, you spoke like a groundbreaker builder sprat. Why the sudden airs? And such specific questions? Does your minder know what you're up to? Does he suspect you're a spy?
Pardon me.
Man, this one doesn't make me take the elevator.
This unit, please. Error. Tilt of this unit has been programmed to this unit is current. Please have a this you please. Error please this you please. Error. This unit is current please. Error. Oh, this unit please. Error. Tilt alarm engaged. Oh, this you please. Error. Oh, this unit please. Have a better.
Son of a bitch, fine. Didn't want to accept my fucking thing. The other guy's gonna get it because you don't want to. and you're dead, because I thought that maybe damaging you would do the trick.
Hey, there you are.
Found them all.
Well, I'll be damned. Now I can finally get off this rock and go home. I know it's not much.
Do you know Georgie was interviewing Olivia Ambrose on her own?
She couldn't have been. We were together all the time. Except, oh shit, my weekly calls with headquarters. What could she even want to ask Olivia Ambrose?
Production detail, ratio, and measurement. Ingredient. That kind of thing.
Good fucking law. Headquarters would kill me if they knew. Right after they killed her. Hell. Being stuck here might have been the only thing keeping me alive.
Was there something going on between you and Georgie?
No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it seemed like there could be, when we were servicing the phonographs, or sharing a beer, but who'd be interested in some forgotten old bastard like me?
We take all kind.
Sure, yeah. My ma used to say the same thing. And anyway, unauthorized fraternization between employees is illegal. But that's all you need to know about my dire love life, I think. Any other horrible truths you want to reveal to me?
I don't have any more detail.
Listen, I need some time to...
You do that, buddy.
Yeah. See you.
My dad's done. That is done. Okay, let's go back to the main quest.
Welcome to the Adrenatime Synthesis and Manufactory Center, brought to you by Spacer's Choice. This productivity automechanical unit is at your disposal. However, due to the promotion, demotion, death, or injury to other managers of this facility, this unit is now the acting manager of the following departments: Reception, Human Resources, Accounting, Technical Support, Manufacturing, Distribution, Security. Please direct any questions about those departments to Pam. Answers not guaranteed.
Legacy Operation Analytic? Never heard of it.
According to this facility's records, the Legacy Operations Analytics Department is located on Sublevel Floor 1. Its functions include warm bodies and redacted. Access to that department is currently denied due to a lockdown in the sublevel stairwell.
So they only existed to meet some minimal personal requirement?
We value each and every member of the Spacer's Choice family, so be proud. On average, you contribute positively to a minimum of 1.44 important spreadsheets per quarter. That was one of Pam's patented pep talks designed to efficiently eliminate any negative feelings that are getting in the way of your work. After all, Pam's purpose is to answer one question: how can I increase your productivity today?
Tell me about this facility.
The Adrenatime Synthesis and Manufactory Center is where Spacer's Choice's newest product is being created. Get a leg up on the competition with Adrenatime. You are now in the lobby. The floors above you are the offices, the manufactory, and the Adrenatime synthesizer. The floors below you are the sublevels and the synthesizer reactor. How can I increase your productivity today?
I should go. Oh, I
Don't be
need
shy.
to.
How can...
What's with all the body?
Did you know that keeping your workers alive boosts productivity? That's why every PAM unit comes equipped with the latest Spacer's Choice weaponry. When PAM's emergency combat protocols are activated, your warning. Due to power consumption, combat protocols cannot be activated. Spacer's Choice policy dictates that managerial processes take priority.
How can I recharge you?
Hate messing with tangled cables or confusing batteries? With PAM, you'll never have to. Just pop in a Firefly brand industrial strength. Out of batteries and need productivity now? No problem.
Never mind. Can you override that behavior?
PAM is fully customizable to fit your preferred. Some limitations apply. Spacer's Choice does not accept legal responsibility for any injuries or traumas sustained after altering PAM's behaviors. See manual for details. How can I... Hello there. How...
PAM, engage emergency combat protocol.
Emergency combat protocols, please ensure...
Priority. You think you could find an overdrive?
I could give it a shot. Let me just... Huh. Okay. Weird way to do that, but there ain't no accounting for sense. There we go. All I had to do was convince this old girl here that 73% was the new 100%. Easy as salt tuna and sawdust pie.
This unit's power rating is 100%. Great error. Employees biometric. Pretend that this PAM unit is one of your employees who's been working long hours. What would you say to give them an extra pep pill in their step?
That promotion is right around the corner. Keep pushing in those hours.
PAM is equipped to talk about your career goals. On average, employees managed by PAM units go from assistant to associate roles in 15 years or less. My door is always open, unless I'm recharging. Verbal management test complete. Result. Employee is a Spacer's Choice manager. 94% certainty. Engaging emergency combat protocols. Stand by.
Oh, well, she's fast.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear it was watching me.
I'm surprised this fountain still works.
Well, we're gonna go into a fight. Hello. Bye-bye.
Attack! Attack!
Do you think?
Out of my way!
Good enough for me. think that was the boss. And I kind of
Watch your hands,
freaking
Captain.
big he was.
Be a bad time to lose them. Well, I guess any time be a bad time, but especially now. I wish I could do that.
Hello.
Nicely done.
Door.
Is this how Adrena time gets made?
There's something mystical about this thing. Almost holy. Is that weird?
A little bit.
Is this the place? Looks like it.
Great work.
That's enough. Gorgon is mine. Go now, and I will not pursue you. But if you stay, I will sick every last lawless fucking mercenary in Halcyon on you. It's your choice, Captain.
Starting to hope I get to meet this jerk. Just...
Somewhere on the 5th floor? Oh no, I'm getting there. Oh, thank fuck. I thought I was gonna go way past that. Maybe I could do it from there. It seems like I can go up from here.
We're definitely trespassing. But don't let that stop you.
Watch your step, Captain. Traps there. Is this one of those research outposts we're looking for? Wow. Get a load of this view.
What? Yeah, okay, maybe from there. Same thing. Alright, that side quest is freaking done.
This must have been where those researchers had their hideout.
I think I got myself a new weapon. Right, the Intrepid. Unreliable. Unreliable.
We are receiving an
Captain, I see you've made some headway on Gorgon. Mother's old work terminal just lit up with a bunch of new protocols. Very exciting. What about Mother's journal? Any progress there?
I think it's time you tell me the truth, Minnie.
Are you accusing me of deception? Captain, I would never. Can you hear me, Captain? I'm getting some interference on my end. Captain! Captain!
Hello again, little weasel. I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I had at you, and you overcame it all.
So you're the one who put Gorgon facility on lockdown.
Well spotted, Captain. We've both played our roles well, but it seems you've got the edge. I may have gravely underestimated you. You were smart to hire him, Wilhelmina. Well done.
Mother! You're alive! And still on Gorgon? This is so you, Mother. Inserting yourself where you aren't needed and at the worst possible time.
Am I disrupting your vanity project, you empty-headed little twit?
Am I missing something?
Mother is going to fill your head with lies about me and Gorgon. Don't listen. Have you come back just to ruin everything again, Mother? At least this time I have the power to stop you.
Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters. Adrena time must never be revived.
This was never about the family name, Minnie. You wanted to revive Adrena time.
I may not have told you all of the facts, but I'm going to lay out everything I know. You can decide for yourself what to do with it. By now, you realize that Project Gorgon was devoted to a single drug, Adrena time. A drug that hit the market in spite of calamitous side effects.
Go on.
The project was a colossal failure, but you and I are going to revive it from the ashes.
After everything I've seen? Absolutely not.
What you've seen is the result of Mother's leadership. I have no intention of repeating her mistakes. Mother's journal contains the activation codes for the Adrena time synthesizer, the key to a new Project Gorgon. We're going to start again, and this time with everything Project Gorgon didn't have. Better R&D, better scientists, clear goals, more funding, and a timeline that makes sense.
Do you think that's all it will take?
Trust me, that's plenty. Mother never let me near the family business, but she taught me how not to manage a team. If I can improve the chemistry, I can fix Adrena time. We can put this colony back on track together.
That's complete insanity.
Is it? I'll tell you what's insane. Every day, workers slump over from exhaustion. The gears of industry swallow them whole, and no one is coming to help. Adrena time is the break we can't fit into the schedule. The office with a window we can't afford to build. It's the best this rotten colony can do for people.
Is it enough?
No, but it's the beginning of enough.
Don't let those bloodless leeches at Spacer's Choice walk you down this perilous path, Wilhelmina. You haven't the fortitude to endure it.
As usual, Mother projects her failures onto me. If she had let me get involved from the start, we might have avoided this calamity altogether.
Are you just trying to prove yourself to your mother?
My intentions are greater than some family squabble. Besides, Mother is the one who should be proving herself to me.
Fuck your intentions. What have you done? I always suspected you were nothing more than an empty-headed social climber. This confirms it.
You see what I mean? Mother is afraid of being outdone by her empty-headed daughter, and she'll do anything to stop me. If I can save the colony and redeem the Ambrose family name, I owe it to myself to try. Mother be damned.
You want to save the colony from its drug problem with more drugs?
Social engineering takes generations, and we don't have the luxury of time. We need to mainline progress into Halcyon's bloodstream. You've seen more of this colony than the average grunt. You know as well as I do that this is a question of survival.
Alia, what's your story?
Finally, a sensible question. I am the head of Project Gorgon, its grand mastermind. I created Adrena Time because I believed, arrogantly, foolishly, that I could uplift the common man through chemistry. I failed.
Adrena time is just a stimulant. What good would it do to revive the project, Nini?
With Adrena Time, we can increase worker productivity orders of magnitude above ordinary stims and risk none of the harmful side effects. Imagine if we flooded the market with drugs that actually helped people. We could influence the very business model of Spacer's Choice.
Halcyon's problem is cruelty, not productivity.
We won't be exploiting workers any longer. We'll be celebrating them, giving them everything they need to succeed.
No, this is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed, razed to the ground. It's the only way.
After everything I saw in Gorgon, I agree.
Gorgon is a cautionary tale. We agree on that much. But if we go into this with open eyes, then history doesn't have to repeat itself. I need that facility online, but I can't do it while Mother's still a problem. By now, she'll have shut down the Gorgon reactor. Deal with her however it suits you, and get that facility back up and running.
Don't do this, Wilhelmina. Minnie, don't make this choice.
Adrena Time is our future. It's bigger than money, bigger than family. It's the colony's best hope.
What will you have me do instead, Olivia?
Return to my family's manor, Captain. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgon drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrena Time for good.
Minnie will never allow that.
My daughter's gotten her hooks into you. I understand. She's always had a knack for manipulating people. But I know you're more than her foolish. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, I would ask you not to. Whatever mistakes she might make, she is still my daughter.
Captain, in light of recent events, I'm putting the manor under lockdown. Until Mother is dealt with, anyone who lands here is presumed hostile. Finish the job. I know you won't disappoint me.
Yeah, fuck you. be in touch. Gorgon, fuck this. Yeah.
We arrived at Ambrose.
Careful. Looks like Minnie activated security around the manor.
Stay on your guard, Captain. I think she's expecting us.
Processing. Sweeping the area.
Oh, fuck is that so?
Unexpected noise. System halt.
That was right.
I'll fix you right up!
It's a shame. Thank you.
No hard feelings, okay? Nicely done.
Alright, personal lab, here we go.
Does every secret lab in this colony smell the same way?
Nothing good ever come out of a place like this, Captain. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. Incoming!
Hi.
Heads up, boss!
I can go from there.
Didn't I warn you not to set foot in here until the job was done? You should have listened to my advice.
Let's talk about this, Minnie.
There's nothing to discuss. I can fix Adrena time without you, and certainly without Mother. You wasted your time coming here, and worse, you wasted mine. But I won't let anything stand in the way of progress.
I intend to stand out. I intend to destroy this place.
Destroy it? You've been listening to Mother, haven't you? She slithered her way into your confidence. Well, I am thoroughly unimpressed.
You're just using Gorgon to prove she was wrong about you.
Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. Why not let the results speak for themselves? No, you just had to get involved. People want to buy clean drugs, and I want to sell them. Under my leadership, Adrena Time will live up to its promise, unlike certain mothers.
What about human costs? More test subject may die.
Adrena Time has already claimed thousands of lives, but I intend to succeed where Mother failed. My drug will be the pride and joy of the Ambrose family. And if we pick up where Gorgon left off, then the human testing phase is well ahead of schedule.
You won't know that until you start testing. The drug may fail. More will die.
How could you live with having all that weight on your conscience?
Do human trials make you squeamish? Is that why you're so invested in our family squabble? Captain, I'm disappointed. The trials will succeed. They will not fail. And if they do, then at least I'm no worse than Mother.
Did you really get into this business just to repeat her mistake?
Well, shit. I can see that you have a point there. I'm about to become my mother. That's the last thing I thought I wanted, yet here I am.
You can still learn from a mistake. It's not too late.
No, but it was damn close. You know what? I think I hate being an heiress. All I got out of the deal was Mother's unfinished business. I didn't even get to have any fun. I have some soul-searching ahead of me, Captain. You can do what you came for. I won't stand in your way. As far as I'm concerned, the project is over. For good this time.
Thank you, Minnie. Farewell for now. I hope the people at the pub did not die. They're probably fine.
You've finished it, Captain. You've put Gorgon down once and for all. And you've left my daughter alive to see it done. Thank you for that gift, Captain. I may persuade her to see things my way yet. Join me for a toast in the drawing room. I do believe you're due a reward.
Is it just me, or does this feel like a trap to anybody else?
Hand to law, Captain. I mean you no harm.
I'm on my way.
I'll have a drink waiting.
Alright, let's do this.
Running diagnostic.
I believe with this I will have completed the DLC. So that means I will straight up rush to get the ending of the main game.
Captain, I believe a celebration is in order. The Gorgon project is dead, and we are not.
I'm aware of the weirdest deja vu right now.
That's the thing where you feel like you're living in a memory, right? I get that when I drink one too many Rizzo Spectrum vodka.
Speak up, Captain. I can't hear a thing when you mumble like that.
Forget I said anything.
Aren't you a funny one? Shall we toast?
To our health.
Ours and Halcyon's. May the best of the past be the worst of our future. Though I sincerely doubt it. It's funny. When Spacer's Choice released Adrena Time to the public and began the Marauder crisis, and I sabotaged all the Gorgon facilities, I thought that was the end for me. Then you came along and changed everything. I find myself at loose ends now, Captain. What happens next?
Have you thought about where you go from here?
Maybe I'll find a handsome little bolt hole out there in the aether and endeavor to keep a low profile, as they say. Maybe I'll pick up a soothing, useless hobby, like watercolor painting. Spacer's Choice will want to take their turn at revenge, and I'd rather not be within reach when they do.
Don't let those corporate bastards catch you.
I'll take it a day at a time. Run when I have to, hide when I can. There's no glory in it, but I'm eager to put those days behind me. Where will the future lead you, Captain?
Thought I might help a mad scientist save the colony.
Halcyon doesn't deserve your tireless efforts, but I'll be damned if she isn't lucky to have you. In any case, I do believe this is the end. Law willing, Adrena Time is dead for good, and the Marauders will die out with it. Goodbye, Captain, and thank you again. May the stellar wind be ever at your back.
Goodbye, Olivia, and good luck. Mind quest. With the exception of companion quest, I am... Ow! Right, this place has no fucking fast travel.
Query. Are you upside down?
Bye.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Man, good enough.
You must be joking. Our affairs.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
I'm here from Minister Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
Sure I am?
Sure you are. And what is it you're...
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
So what'd you think of the game last night? I still can't believe Armstrong ran the field from the Tuesday zone.
Yeah. Armstrong's really something. Nearly took a fella's head clean off with a tossball stick.
Yeah, well, he's a hacker. That's what they do. Rangers don't show a shred of mercy in a Darlings game.
You know.
Great work.
I'm gonna stay good.
So here's the thing about tossball. Tossball is played from the heart.
Okay, I'm with you so far. Play from the heart. Easy. Our fair
There are other schools of thought. Some say you gotta use your head to play tossball. Those people have concussions.
Oh.
There's nothing to see here. Move along.
Delivery for the minister.
Yeah?
I got this parcel right here.
Looks like your papers are in order. All right.
Thank you for your time.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Oh, my law. Captain! Captain! That's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella, if that is his real name.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Why would I want something like that?
Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Calm down. I'm just there to ask you some questions.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident?
Finally! High time we got the recognition we deserve.
And so affable. Why, you're nothing like the crazed hooligans the board loves to caricature. But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
I'm here for the dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that...
I have record proving you've been hoarding dimethyl sulfoxide.
Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any... Of course. It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
You mean Chairman Rockwell locked you up here?
You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
So the chairman's a crook who can't be trusted? Who knew?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Then I have to deal with him.
Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
This all feels off, Captain.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
Just tell me how to get there.
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Once I get into Acropolis District, what then?
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
Then I'll be on my way.
Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
You can count on me, Mr. Clark. Minister Clark.
Good. Halcyon is in dire need of someone like you.
Oh.
Oh, there. That's one right there.
I bet I can just tuck my way in.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along.
Mind if I take a breather? I'm pretty tired after hurling around all these bits.
What in the law's name are you on about?
These internet bits have been weighing me down all day. Here. You hold them.
Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
Goodbye. I am rushing to finish this game.
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
Welcome to the official headquarters
Okay,
of
don't
the
talk to me like that,
Halcyon
fuck off.
Holdings Corporation Board.
State your business. Please step away.
Is this official enough for you?
Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapon.
Fine.
Now let's...
I can wait.
Well, how nice for you. Do you have any idea how... Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience.
Don't worry, boss. I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right? Then we side...
Felix, don't you start.
Oh, do that one first.
Apologies for the...
Any chance I could meet Sherman Rockwell?
Ah. Oh, you were being serious. Will there...
Be on my way.
Wow, you got that.
Son of... Alright, I'm gonna do a save and try that one.
Excuse me, just a moment. I beg your pardon, Minister
I won't be long. I'm just admitting the archcare.
I suppose that is...
That word. I'm not even gonna try. I'm done.
One person gets all this space. Just to sign papers all day?
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living. from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
I always knew the board was crooked. But this is just evil.
Yeah, this is super real. Alright, I need to do that because that's actually important for the ending of the game for one faction. You know what? Super long episode. We're trying to finish this game in this one. I may take a little break to get a bottle of water, but that's it. For I will admit I am a little thirsty.
You think the privy's gold-plated too?
Okay, what the yeah, don't bother to read. I'm just going straight murder on that one.
Smells like a med.
That's far enough. What are you doing here?
Lila again sent me to kill you?
Hagen.
Why would the board want you dead?
To keep me quiet. But if you didn't know that, I always assumed they would put a bullet in my head one of these days. I don't...
Little Run Sublight Savage and Groundbreaker. Good boss, bit of a live wire.
That's a gentlemanly way of putting it, Captain. She's obsessed with aliens.
This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker.
You've been to Cascadia and Station 10 840 84. I know all of your dirty secret.
What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks.
Sublight took over the lab. Your human Aquarium are probably just office decor.
Small consolation. My team, the finest minds of their generation, reduced to salvage.
What were you trying to prove by experimenting on themselves?
We were trying to prove that the colony could survive the crisis bearing down on us.
You're talking about the food supply, aren't you?
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
I saw a presentation about this in Rockwell's office. Did not look good.
Then you know how desperate things are. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have.
Adaptation didn't save your research team.
Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough.
You've been through a lot of valuable scientists to arrive at zero solution.
I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back.
Isn't Cornelius Vanderbilt one of the assault cruiser patrolling Halcyon?
It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Board cover-ups? Vessels disappearing into the aether? Sounds like the work of aliens to me.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
Lila sent me after a conspiracy, but it looked like I found a cover-up instead.
I'd prefer if you didn't use my name when you talk about this. My contract has a list of very terrible consequences for breaking secrecy.
Enough talk. Where do we go from this?
You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please don't. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
You know Finesse well. If you work with him, I'll spare you.
The one on the wanted posters? I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander?
That didn't take much convincing.
If working with Wells is the only way I can save the colony, then I will damn well do it. I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere.
Not so fast. Give me one.
Because the fate of the colony is in my hand.
You sure have an inflated sense of self-importance, but that doesn't make you wrong. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of.
Okay, bye. Oh, that way. Alright. I'm going to lie to her about this. If I tell the truth, she go insane and on the how to put it, she die by paranoia. Yeah, let's put it like that. It's good enough.
I believe.
Oh, fucking son of a.
Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
I ate misclick.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? You know it runs right here.
better save just before I do it.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor. Technically, I owe you an exit interview.
I'm not killing someone to feed your paranoia.
Seeing as you're the first one to complain about out of my...
The thanks we get...
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger?
I'll try. More into science. And, why not? What? Can I just...
So then I told him. We are now in orbit of Byzantium, Captain.
Sanitizing within established rings.
I've done all companion quests exception of Felix. I'm gonna talk to Felix just to see if this companion quests show up.
Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether.
Shock in disbelief, seeing how now most my friends are still on Earth.
Right, forgot about that. Though, shock and disbelief's a good way to put it. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me.
This is obviously important to you. Let's go.
Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. I appreciate this, boss.
Thanks for me, then thank me later.
If you don't mind. By saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
Hey, you. Looking... Where do you think...
Felix Mills sounds with me. Clyde Carlo expecting us?
Yeah. The captain said we might...
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to...
You're on a first-name base. All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
That machine stole my bit. Why do we even have one of these?
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
I just let you two work this out together.
I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. That's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, Hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
He's been watching out for us just as much as we've been watching out for him. Felix's family, mister.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
Tell me why we're here.
I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day, he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
You want to put him through a test.
Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even Felix. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely.
What did this Trask do to deserve death?
Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
Alright. What do you think, Felix?
Clyde offered me a hand when nobody else would. I'd say I owe him a good turn.
There you have it, Captain.
Alright, we take care of it.
We get rid of this traitor for you and I'm in? I mean, assuming I...
We're building a new... Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. Here, my toe.
There she go. Alright. Let's just do this as fast as we can to go back on the main quest.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Rizzo's knock you out off. A CCN 76
This is Halcyon Moon.
You mind trying?
I'm looking for a guy by the name of Rufus Trask. I totally believe him around.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms.
I'm on the level. You can ask Johnny about it.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
I repaired a Groundbreaker radiator for.
Yeah, the promenade doesn't feel like I'm walking the surface of Tart. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends.
I got a few more questions. How much do you know about Arlo?
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution.
Sounds familiar, Felix.
He must have been recruiting.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody? I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off.
Arlo tell me Trask betrayed him. Do you know anything about that?
Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. He was here to collect his personals.
He didn't tell you anything about Arlo?
No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off.
That's all I wanted to know. Leave you be.
Appreciate.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Card. Purple Berry flavored power nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Alright, wait, fuck me. I can just... I forget about that.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Don't seem the fastest. I seem like I can go that way.
Jackass is incoming!
I'm not stopping for that. Kill him if you want. Yeah. Oof. Yo, Trusk.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around
Trask.
here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
Yeah, that's right. I'll say you betrayed him.
Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
Why did you betray Arlo?
How do I know that I can trust you?
If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board.
You're asking me to take you for your word. Show me some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
If you got proof, let's see it.
I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base.
Alright, I learned enough.
Take it, you've made...
I'm not going to kill you, Trask, but I'm going to ask you for your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? Here.
Take care. Alright, that's done. Let's finish this quickly. After this, I have no more side quests or nothing. Just the main quest I will focus on. And if there's a side quest for Sam, Sam can fucking suck it. I do not care about Sam. Yeah, fair. I knew it was somewhere there, but inside. My bad.
What's the...
Trask had a lot to say about you, Arlo.
Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate...
Trask told me you've been working for the board.
That's a damning accusation.
You've been bought off. I got the receipt.
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. Trask put you up to this.
When we met, you told me Trask was an informant for the board. You were lying.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a...
Come on, Arlo. Why would Rask rat you onto your own employer?
How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to...
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that...
Here they come!
Wow. Did not last long, mister. It's funny, they could have lived.
Incoming!
What was that? Huh? What's been going on over there? Going on over there? No! What was that?
Who's shooting me? Oh. There. Like the Grumbreaker. Unreliable. Unreliable. Hey, it doesn't matter. My fucking ship. I wonder what happened. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting shit from that.
Felix, you got to hear this.
This is... The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now?
You never know what's going on inside someone's skull.
No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. I always looked up to Clyde.
Again, I understand why you I can understand why you're upset. You feel like he betrayed you.
Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that.
It passed. Give it time.
I hope so. I don't see this one passing. You've given me a lot to think. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think... Thanks for...
Alright, that's fucking done. Back to main quest. Alright, if it goes over 30 minutes more, I'm gonna get a bottle of water.
Of Byzantium, Captain.
May I talk to you?
What is it?
I know a shipment going to the Ministry of Accuracy and Moral. Can you sneak me in?
Are you crazy? The only thing more suicidal would be walking in the front door.
Crazy is my middle name.
Hey, it's your neck. I can get you packed away, but it won't be a pleasant journey. Get ready to take a deep breath and hold it.
I hope you're joking.
Mostly. Follow me, and play it cool.
Of all the hull-headed ideas we've had, this one ranks somewhere in the middle.
It's worse than the elevator. My speed is faster than around normal, but she's slower than me if I run. She's just slower than me by a long shot.
Here we are.
Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Did not like. Too much touching.
Still think we should have just kicked the door in.
Nope. Of all the places for an idea, I think that's one of those. Really, no ID in a bedroom? That's a classic. Come on. Oh. It was the right call.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157?
I'm going to do a persuasion check. Or not at all. Okay, so I got my way to reset the costume. That's good. Not the most important thing, but that's good.
Keep your shoulders.
Hey, that's impressive.
Alright, we need to get downstairs. Yeah, this one feels less horrifying than the rest of the quest we had. But hey, we got the stuff! Woo! Like the entire reason we went out. Almost done.
You have a message.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Let's skip the pleasantry.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
Listening.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
The answer is no. We're done here, though.
You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated.
Let's get out of here.
Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the...
I found your chemical in the ministry. The board was testing them on human subject.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
You had to let the subject die, but I brought back all the chemical they had.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board?
The board is trying to mitigate damage to human tissue during the revival process.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless there were... I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost after years of fruitless experiments.
The board's on the verge of collapse. The board's been trying to cover it up.
I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we...
It gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
There's a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
The Hope's already damaged. We have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive.
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my...
I do it.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
I'll be back.
We gotta talk about this.
Yeah?
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it?
Not bad, Felix. Our adventure serial is gonna need a name too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe Spine-Chilling Stories from the Edge of the System. Was also considering Astounding Adventures in the Ether. I'm partial to that last one.
I prefer the Adventure of Gold and Company.
Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the Hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait.
I like your attitude, Felix.
Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick.
I'm like 1 or 2 quests done from the endings.
Captain, I hope
So we're not stopping until we're done. And I'm gonna get a big bottle of water after this because
we have arrived at the Hope.
I am very
You'll have
thirsty.
to connect me to the Hope.
What's going to happen if I skip the Yope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash aboard the sun.
That's all for now. Let's fucking go!
That ought to do her, Captain.
You want to see Quincy for your assignment.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to the ass end of the colony for this derelict. Shows how much I know. You've got about 5
Eh. Well, shit. ID, for fuck's sake.
Left hands, Cap.
Alright, so I got an ID. Because it's either that or gun blazing. I mean, we're very likely to win. Ash. I guess that there's something less scary.
that clever.
We're going to be fine.
You all right, Captain? I mean, seeing this place again?
Gotta be alright. Not much of a choice. Fuck off.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
Hi.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake... Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
I'm going to skip the Ope.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet.
Skip Ope to Terra 2.
Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Do it.
Worst ways to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Oh. I feel like I've been turned inside out. Let's not do that again.
We're almost done. As long as I don't move, this is fine. Let's finish this.
Captain, I shall...
The board is here. They found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the... How can I be... Goodbye.
Okay.
We have successfully arrived
Let's
at
fucking
Phineas's
go.
orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece.
No!
What's your friend? You just missed it.
That hurt.
Everyone all right?
Putting everything in the lie. Or not. Alright, let's go back. Tartarus. That's the final quest of this game. Again, main reason why I'm rushing this is it was for the DLC. I done the DLC. Let's rush this.
Captain, I believe the crew would like to speak with you.
Okay.
Phineas, locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand. That place terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
Mr. Phineas is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
We can abandon Phineas. We have to free him if we have any hope of saving the colony.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and...
Doing this. We're doing this, everybody. Strapped in.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick. Got my ass-kicking boots.
Outstanding. You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we...
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards...
Command!
Waiting on your...
Oh, it's still there.
If you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up.
Yes.
I am pleased to inform you that we have a... Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of...
That's all for now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot.
Hey, how do I know you're really a officer under the helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
Alright, I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the idea of a productive, law-abiding Anyway, Tartar... Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the... Pay no...
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. How can...
Gotta go. The fucking idiots give me the...
The captain did right by us.
What noise that?
The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Margat.
Alright, the distraction.
That's clever.
How long we'd lasted on the surface?
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Lead the way, boss. I got your back.
Maybe a little restart. Gonna take the ladder. Another ladder. Alright, that should be a good get now. Oh.
Imagine being locked up in a place like this. Just the weight. Oh.
Massive shortcut.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Someone's coming. Hey, you! Are you new here? Oh, no. Don't tell it.
Yeah, secret safe with me.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Baby's...
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
German Rockwell, I presume?
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person.
Please, Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot.
The Kripuk is having the frozen colonies you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more... I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society? Are you kidding me? I'm making actual...
You prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can't fix this place.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, isn't it? I have a rescuing to do. Don't be here when I get back. You should I was gonna fucking let you go? Cute.
Taste the freedom, asshole!
All
right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight! Stay down.
Kill him, are you? Because I'm not...
I'll make overcome this.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
It's over, Sophia. Stand down.
I'm afraid I can't do that. You have a flair for subtlety. If you'd worked for me, you would have been the greatest fixer Halcyon has ever seen. For all your talents...
I'm here for Phineas. Let him go.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Dr. Wells is being held in my... All that's left to do is put down this riot.
You don't understand. Phineas is my friend. I'm not living without him.
Well, that's mostly correct. You're not leaving here at all. I take no pleasure in leaving you alive.
I'm rescuing Phineas, and I'm going through you if I have to.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical and don't worry.
It's all in the wrist.
And you need that.
Why don't you just...
Oh, that's the last of them! Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Are you alright? What did he do to you?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
You mean... we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We have lots of work ahead of us. Better get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
You can't count on me. I help you revive the other colonist.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrena Time synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. With nothing to show for her years of effort, Minnie Ambrose finally gave up on Project Gorgon. Though Gorgon was not the end of her aspirations, failure cast a long shadow that haunted her for years to come. She never forgot the intrepid freelancer who betrayed her and offered many a bitter toast in his name. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists. and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the knowledge that Minnie, the bright daughter she'd so grievously wronged, refused to work beside her. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon, but she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd let her daughter live. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you? The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
And that was Otherworld. I hope you enjoy, and that's going to be it for this episode. Bye.